welcome General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster evening. Now to everyone, our dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, to the guests, this is where the evaluation session starts. Now to all evaluators, before you start evaluating, just to let you know that evaluation is part of the leadership track. It's part of you growing as a leader in Toastmasters and also outside in your working world and your relationship. Because giving feedback is all about when you go up to the management line, giving feedback is important and integral in your day-to-day management lives. So do practice these evaluation skills wisely, and I wish you all the best. Now to the first evaluator, may I present Victor.
Okay.
All the best.
Thank you. Xing. Wow. Actually, I would like to emphasize, since she doesn't have yet the manuals, so I wrote down somewhere here all the questionnaires that to be evaluated and put also my evaluation here. So one thing that I would like to emphasize on your manuals here says, what strong does the speaker already have? You know, my answer is the speaker was really confident, enthusiastic, and has a conviction that the audience has to listen to her. Do you agree with me, you guys?
Yes.
Yes? Please give her a round of applause. Yes. Very cheerful speaker. You know, standing here, confident, and speak out. Huh? That was amazing. It was perfect, beautiful. It was amazing here. Very remarkable for you to stand here in front of our guests, evidently because we have many guests tonight, and everybody. And title, she told us, I would say, told us about her journey from the young up to what? Achieving being a lawyer, right? So from her story, you can see that he's very dynamic, very curious, and really wants to explore, you know, very adventurous. He wants to try new things, right? But at a young age, he wants to move to a new town, which is for her, he wants to explore. Wow, I think we have the same, I would say, perspective in life. We want something to explore. For us, being in our comfort zone is boring, right? I can feel it. You're very dynamic girls. And I would say after moving from one place, you moved to another town, which was Kuching, right? And you studied there, and you do your part, you work. That's amazing. And then you want to move another place, which is the city, which is Kuala Lumpur. And your, I would say, perspective before, maybe perhaps by other people, that the people was narrow-minded. Here people are narrow-minded. Oh, money-minded, sorry. Money-minded. So it means, you talk about the money. Well, it cannot, I would say, because they're living in the city. Yeah. So, yeah, and of course, you're very strong, confident, and I would looking forward for more speech. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. Ching, right? Just add on a few more points. I think you have a very beautiful smile, so use that to your advantage when you speak. Okay? And I think I realized when you were speaking, your right hand was quite stiff. And whenever you are finding for ideas, you tap twice. Then you tap twice again. You tap twice again. So I realized this until I think your last minute, then you move up. So I think this is perhaps your habit, something to be aware of. Okay? Because as I say, when people tell you something, you reach self-awareness. But when you understand yourself, you reach enlightenment. Okay? Now, back to the second evaluator. Can I please call upon Advanced Community Bronze David Tan? All the best.
Remember, don't start first. This is something for the audience. And Chiyong is a competent communicator, meaning he had actually done 10 speeches. Basically, he's repeating his speech. So what I'm going to evaluate, I'm evaluating an experienced speaker, someone that has done it before. So I'm not evaluating as a new member. He already knows his objective. Secondly, this is all about the slides, how he maximizes it, and as an advertiser for 20 years, this is my most interesting one because I do a lot of slide projection to sell to my clients 5 years ago. So now you shall start. Number 1, Chiyong, selling yourself. Do you like how he dressed up? He wear a coat?
Yes.
Selling himself. He wears something red in order for you to be attracted to him. First impression counts. That is what you call by selling yourself. He dressed up very well. He had a clear voice. He knew what he was talking about because he's a financial planner, and he forgot to tell you he's also great with numbers. He was used to be an accountant. So he's a person of knowledge. So first impression, voice with confidence, and he knows what he talks about. Basically, that's how you court your partner to. How you tell off your children with all the knowledge, or even you tell to your spouse. Without knowledge, you cannot win arguments. Secondly, his slides were very interactive. He actually had the first slide with words, second slide with picture, 1 + 1 = 2, and emotion, and he ended it with a quote. Now, room for improvement since you are an experienced speaker. Maybe you could have started not by asking a question. Maybe you could have started with getting back to the audience. If you thought I was selling a product, you are correct. That product is you, and you, and you. We sell ourselves to better in life. Now, in your body, I would prefer you to talk about yourself because I know more about you. Why do you repeat your speeches? Yes, selling yourself. You started in a Toastmaster, corporate Toastmaster. You basically breezed through your speeches without doing so well. That's why you continue in Extol in improving yourself. I would be more impressed with you as a Toastmaster. Secondly, your experience with your parents. How did you manage to win one of your parents by getting that product instead of making it a third party? Thirdly, about you, talking about winning an argument with your wife. It's all about you. Toastmaster wants to know more about you and not research your topic. It sounded more like research your topic. Okay? More about you, how you win, how in Toastmaster journey you manage to use Toastmaster skills to improve yourself in winning an argument or settling an argument with your wife. Lastly, you quoted at the end there, that quote was for someone. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to close with my quote that is doing it for someone, that is my clients. And also to end, as Victor said, coming to Toastmaster, I improve myself to inspire everyone else. That will be much better because it's more relevant to your selling yourself. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster Reading. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Chiyong, just to add on a few more points, I think you did great by adding personal stories to your speech. I think personal stories is always the most impactful. It resonates with people. Okay? I think one thing that you could enhance on was to try to give space to let people see the screen. Just from the front, I think some of us couldn't see it. At least for me, I couldn't see the screen because it was blocking the screen. So you couldn't read. So I think that's about it. Okay? But I think in every speech, you have that 4 things. That's how you. It's like guitar where you play the drum, you have 4 key things to make sure that you make great music. Number 1, persuade. Number 2, you inform. Number 3, you inspire. Number 4, you entertain. This is how you give a fantastic pitch. Now, to the next evaluator, may I call upon Mr. Kenko. Now we're evaluating our GE Hood. On his rehearsal on how he really gave a toast to his cousin between Roy and Elena.
A few things I'd like to highlight on the GE. What is his strength? First off, Alex, you didn't really embarrass the couple. In other words, you're very sensitive of them. You realize that the way that you connect with the audience or the crowd, you're very sensitive of it. Meaning that you didn't try to touch their slightly embarrassing moment that makes the whole crowd like creating a few rumors of it. So in terms of your sensitivity, you have a very good well done on that. Secondly, you included a very interesting stories or anecdotes that actually encapsulate all the audience attention or interest. For example, like the way that you open up with the taekwondo thing. Wow, the groom actually have such a big muscular person that actually attract not only the audience but also the whole crowd, addressing the whole crowd, they're getting their attention already. The way that you use like interesting phrase like wingman, that actually is a very good thing that you can actually how you actually capture the audience attention. So keep up with all these interesting stories and anecdotes, the phrase to keep up the momentum of interest. Thirdly is your good organization. Organization in giving a toast is a very vital thing because the audience or the crowd, they need to easily follow the way that you explain the story between the bride and the groom. Today we see Alex, the way that he have a very good organization and transition, starting out how he first met cousin as a taekwondo master, all the way till that how the cousin get married to his loved one, a Russian girl, that in the end they were here today in this wedding dinner. So today Alex had a very good organization, actually able to arrange it to a better manner. Now Alex, let's see how my evaluation can lift you up. You master your toast so that when you give a toast to your cousin, it will be much more memorable one. Few of the things I highlight is that some of your jokes are not that effective. For example, the audience response is very diluted there. If you want to give a joke, perhaps you say it in a very loud tone and you pause a while. Some people, 60% people might get it, 40% of people might not get it. When 60% get it, they'll laugh, and the other 40% they'll follow them. So few of the things that when you try to share a joke, enlarge your voice and pause a while. So the audience, okay, I understand already. So your joke can be much more effective. Secondly, in terms of your cousin Roy or the groom's value, I didn't see that it's much more impactful there. Because the key person is the groom. How you really cherish him, that you try to advise that the bride, this is the correct groom for you, this is the correct husband for you. So try to add in more value, say this groom, your cousin Roy, he's a very courageous person. Try to add in, build up his reputation, so in the end, not only the bride feel very safe, but also the entire crowd know that this groom, this Roy, had a very good value. Now, our Jenny Alex, may my evaluation help you to have a good toast this coming wedding to your cousin. Back to you.
Thank you, Ken. I think I will learn to leverage the power of the pause. I've forgotten about that. I'll pause to make sure that I can give a joke and people will laugh about it. Okay, now to the